In 60 seconds, how can you motivate someone who's currently stressed out, overwhelmed, and ready to give up? In 60 seconds, what words can you use or actions can you show forth for the person that's standing in front of you who may be your ideal client to want to sign up with you? In 60 seconds, what can you do with the gift that God has given you to produce wealth? I've come to let you know that in 60 seconds, you can do a lot. 60 seconds can determine your next. 60 seconds can definitely determine your now. You have to decide how you're going to use the next 60 seconds.
Fail big. That's right. Fail big. You only live once, so do what you feel passionate about. Take chances professionally. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test, was 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. So don't be afraid to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big.
I need to read you a quote from 2013 that you said, "I've lost my mind on this game, like Vincent van Gogh, dedicated his life to his art, and he lost his mind in the process. That's happened to me, but fuck it. When that gold belt is around my waist, and my mother has a big mansion, my girlfriend has a car for every day of the week, and my kids' get everything they ever wanted, then it will pay. Then I'll be happy. I lost my mind." Can you just reflect and talk to me about how that makes you feel hearing that in 2021?
You know, it's been some rides. I've got it done, and I'm up here, mad as a brush. I've been through it all, my friends. You know, I appreciate that, and it's been a wild ride for me. It's not been easy at times, but you know, what a life. And I tell you what, I wouldn't want it to be any other way.
So we get scarred. And the thing about it is, like, if you're in the kitchen and you're cutting up cucumbers, you cut your finger. It happened 30 years ago. But that scar is still there. They say, "What happened to your finger?" Guess what you do? I was in the kitchen one day, I was cutting up cucumbers, cut my finger. You have those scars in your brain from life. But what we don't do is we try to hide those scars. We don't want to go back and revisit it. This is not as simple as a cucumber, cutting a cucumber. So I started realizing that my life was causing a whole bunch of scarring on my brain. And I had to go back, while I wrote this book, I had to go back and really break open that scar and let it bleed.
Success can be a lonely road. It can be a tough road. It can be a hard road. It's not for everyone. Those who follow others like sheep will never know who they truly are. Only those who follow their own path can discover their true potential. Those who fly alone have the strongest wings. Those who walk alone have the strongest direction. The rest will always be in need of others for their survival. They will always need attention, need recognition to survive. I am at peace alone, needing no attention, no recognition, and still I thrive. I'm not saying those who have support are weak. I'm not saying you must go at it alone to gain strength. This is just for those who have fought battles alone, those who have felt like they don't fit in, those who have never had support in anything they do, all of those who feel no one believes in them. You don't need them to believe in you if you believe in you.
Work your ass off. There is no magic pill. It drives me crazy to go to the gym. You read 1 hour a day. I went and worked out 5 hours a day, and I was working on construction with 24 hours a day. Organize your day. Work hard. I'm here to talk about success.
Until you have had the taste of finishing, you will not respect yourself.
There's a famous story about frogs and boiling water I have to share with you, because I think it is relevant to all of us. As the story goes, if you place a frog in a pot of boiling water, it will immediately jump out to save its life. But if you put the same frog in a pot of room temperature water and slowly heat it up, the frog will remain in the pot. Even when the water starts boiling, the frog will stay there and ultimately boil to death. Now, you may be thinking that frogs are stupid, but don't we all do that to some degree? You spend too long in a relationship, in a business, in a job, in a friendship. At the start, it was good. Then slowly over time, it started dying. You should have jumped out or made changes a long time ago. Now you're dying inside like the frog. Too often we get stuck in our comfortable lives. It becomes so comfortable and so familiar that even though we may be miserable, we stay.
It's time to stay focused. It's time to decide, fuck clubs, fuck partying, fuck trying to fit in and socialize, rub elbows with everybody so people can stop calling you weird. Why are you so antisocial? Because I'm trying to get it. Let me tell you something, homie. These women ain't going nowhere. These clubs, these parties, all this shit ain't going nowhere. The more weird you are is a reflection of how committed you are to focusing on your shit, molding and shaping and developing your ideas and your craft so that when it's time for you to make your rounds, you gon' fly. You still got work to do. Stay on that basketball court. Stay on that football field. Fuck all the homies texting and calling and trying to make you feel bad about being so focused. It's grind season, homie. It's not about today. It's about the future. You do the work now. Do the work now, and all of the shit that you could ever want to do for your family, your kids, your loved ones, it's all going to be on a whole nother stratosphere. It's time to stay focused, man.
And if there's one thing most humans can't face, it is the unknown. But let me ask you, do you want to be like that frog in the pot, slowly boiling to death? Or would you rather be like the minority? Jump out of that pot and go searching for a life that will challenge you and force you to grow into a person you can be proud of. I challenge you to be the latter. Don't wait for someone else to turn down the heat for you. There's no one else in control of the temperature of your life. Take control of your own life and be brave enough to make those positive changes. Embrace every challenge you face and seek out new opportunities for growth and development. Progress requires discomfort. Don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone and try something new. It will be uncomfortable at first, but that discomfort is a sign of pending progress. If you want to be a better version of yourself, you must push yourself to grow. You must make some tough decisions and trust your gut that everything will work out in the end. So, don't be that frog. Don't be someone who stays somewhere that is killing them inside. Don't be like most people who let their dreams and aspirations die far too early. Don't live with that dirty word, regret.
Until you follow through, until something is done, come hell or high water, tears and struggles and pain, and you go through it anyway, and you show up and you continue to fight on no matter the circumstances. After a while, something begins to wither inside.
How do you do that? How do you change your mind away from fear to big, hairy, audacious goals? How do you do this thing where you become what you think about?
How do you think about something different? Well, you do what you're doing now, but you do it on such a consistent basis that it changes the makeup and the shape of your psyche, your spirit, and your future and your destiny.
I'm asking the bigger question of who am I?